What's poppin', man? It's your favorite guy, Mr. King K, and welcome to Big Brain, y'all. We back. We back, man. And before I start the show, I just want to say, man, I appreciate all the love and support y'all been giving me, man. Straight up, man. I'm almost at 2K subscribers, man. Keep sending that love and support. Y'all been supporting, man. I appreciate it, man. This Big Brain, man. I told y'all I was going to bring y'all this good content, man. I got a special lady in the building today. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Okay, well, thank you. Before I get started, I would like to say congratulations on episode 7.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations on episode 7. I am a subscriber. I also share your link to other people in the community to follow you. So we do appreciate your content and the time you put in. So thanks for what you're doing, to enhance us and educate us and keep us connected. So I appreciate that.
That's what I do it for, y'all. I do it for y'all, man. I told y'all when I bring this podcast, when I do this podcast, it's gonna be right. It's gonna be about something. See, when you watch my podcast, I want you to leave with something. I want you to leave thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's called Big Brain. So I do appreciate all the support. This is what I do it for. I do it for y'all, man. I'm for the people, man. Straight up, man. Support King. I'm going to support you.
I love it. Yeah, Big Brain podcast in the building.
Brain,
appreciate
big that. Brain. I told y'all it was coming, man.
Awesome.
So, now that I got you up here, man, I finally got you up here, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start off by saying, man, kind of give the people a background check of you. Where you come from? Where you coming from? You know what I'm saying? What city you was born in? What's your background?
Okay, I'll give you a little insight to that. I'm Kai Sutton, and I'm a community member of Springfield, Missouri. I also am serving right now at the moment as the current president of the NAACP Springfield chapter. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I enjoy the role. This is my second term right now, so I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying connecting with the community. I'm enjoying celebrating Black excellence. That's another reason why I'm here with you today. I love it on any level. I believe that people on all levels, all backgrounds deserve a platform, deserve a voice, deserve an opportunity, no matter where we come from. We all need a seat at the table. And if I get in, I'm making room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And you got to.
Make room.
You always got to go back. Got to go back. Never forget where you come from. Never forget the people that you came from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You always got to go back. So it's good when you get to the level where you at to go back and pull.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Pull your people up because it's always somebody that got something to say. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got an opinion. Everybody got a plan.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Give people that opportunity, man.
It's mandatory.
Yeah.
Especially where I come from. So you asked me where am I from. So I was born in Los Angeles, California. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California.
I thought you was from Chicago.
No, I am from Chicago. When I say I'm from Chicago because I got my life experience, all of my lessons from the streets.
Okay, so you was born in LA, but your essence in Chicago.
I am Chicago, thorough, Windy City, Chicago.
Yes, I am.
Okay?
I got you.
Yeah, but I was born in LA. That's where my family is from. I was raised, by my great-grandmother.
Okay.
And so...
What was her name?
Her name's Arlie Sutton. Thank you for asking. Her name is Arlie Sutton. She was... Yeah, Arlie.
I like that.
Arlee. She was born in 1913. December 23rd. She was born in Yazoo, Mississippi.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she's seen some history.
She's seen some serious history.
She's seen some history.
Yeah, and none of us called her grandma. All of us called her mama, because she was a mama to all of us. She raised Uncle Tony.
Okay.
She raised my mom, our Auntie Deborah, our cousin Larry, everybody and then she raised me. Everybody you can think of in our family that we're close to, she raised because she served as our mama. And so even to people on the streets, which is where I get that from, people we don't know, she pull them in. They're dealing with addiction. They're dealing with, trying to get their children back. She was bringing them in the home, serving them.
Do you think that still exists, like Big Mama?
Yes.
Like, you remember Big Mama?
Yeah.
Listen, every family had it. Every Black family got it. Big Mama.
Most definitely.
Do you think that still exists? Do you think Big Mama is still around?
I think it still exists. I think it's still around because it's embedded in some of us. Hear me out. I think it's embedded in some of us who grew up in that era with Big Mama, you know.
Okay. But I'm
and so
now I'm talking about as a
I think so. But because it's not currently the norm, it's, you know, watered down, fizzled out a little bit because it's not the majority of what you see as Big Mama. But yeah, we're still here, baby. We're still taking care of grandchildren.
No, I'm talking about Big Mama though.
Grandchildren.
You ain't Big Mama yet.
We're still cooking on Sundays.
No. You're not Big Mama yet. You're not Big Mama. You auntie. You auntie. Yeah. You're not Big Mama now. I'm talking about Big Mama, grandma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know the grandma that used to sit on the couch and talk all stuff.
Yeah, you can't
go get on everybody and be funny, and she took care of the whole family. You
cannot discredit or think or dismiss or think that they're still not there, because they are. They're hidden gems. They're hidden gems because it's not many of us left, you know, who were born in that era. They have passed on. Yeah. But they left the legacy of love and family with some of us who are still.
Do you think they left that tradition?
I do. But yeah. Hands down, yeah. And anybody can disagree. But I think, yeah, because I know several people, like my best friend. She one of my best friends, she lives in Georgia. Okay. And she's younger than me. And she is a Big Mama. You know, she's the one up at 6 a.m.
No, she's not Big Mama.
She's serving as Big Mama. She has dinner ready by 4. She has all the family coming together. She's solving all the problems.
She still ain't Big Mama.
She's rocking babies to sleep.
She ain't Big Mama though.
Okay.
When I say Big Mama, I'm talking about that granny. You said she younger than you.
Yeah. But you don't think young people can have an old soul?
Yeah, but they can't be Big Mama. Okay. When my definition of Big Mama is that old granny that used to sit on the couch and talk stuff.
They're still there.
And get on everybody. And you know what I'm saying? She opened her house to everybody.
I'm representing for the Big Mamas because they're still there. Okay. They're still there.
What the reason why I say, the reason I think they not here no more, I think the internet messed that up.
Well, that's why I said they're hidden gems at this point.
I think Big Mama,
they have fizzled out. They're not at the top of the conversation now.
I see Big
Mama
because
of internet.
I see Big Mama
all these new things.
You know what I see Big Mama doing now? Big Mama on TikTok, shaking her butt just like the young girls.
Not the original Big Mama.
Not the original Big Mama. No. I'm just talking about today's Big Mama. They on TikTok.
Today's Big Mamas are not Big Mamas. We're talking about original Big Mamas.
I'm getting that?
We're talking about original Big Mamas and the original Big Mama legacy.
See where I'm getting at?
It still exists.
So you saying the legacy still exists?
I respectfully disagree. Yes, it does. Because it's still sitting with some of us young people who have those old souls who do all of what Big Mama was doing back then, who are doing it today. We are here.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
It may not be the same. But the culture of that love and family tradition is still here with some of us. It may have been, you know, not as popular as it was before because that was the tradition. That was the culture at that time. Right. And now we're doing TikTok.
I be seeing Big Mama on TikTok.
It's a different world now.
You can't even tell the difference not between Big Mama and the Mama now. They look the same.
Depending on your perspective, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Yeah. I'm just saying. Where I'm getting at is, I don't think that role model exists no more, as far as in black families no more. And I think that's what's missing in black families. We don't even have when we have get-togethers now, it's just a bunch of people coming over talking, everybody over here, everybody over here. We don't even sit down at the table no more. Remember when we used to the whole family to sit down at the table for Thanksgiving and have a feast and talk and laugh? They don't even do that now. You will have them sitting on the couch, them sitting over here, they in the room, they doing this. It's no family no more. It's like no family tradition no more. And I think Big Mama is the reason why it's not that no more. I think she's missing out the home.
In some households, you know, I'm gonna say you are correct in a essence.
You feel what I'm saying?
In a strong part of the conversation, I hear what you're saying, and I hear you. But there are a lot of families right now who sit and eat at the dinner table. There are a lot of families. Me and my children, we sit at the dinner table.
But that's what I'm talking about. That's the difference.
We sit at the table, baby.
I don't think you understanding me.
Yeah.
That's the difference. you sitting at the table with your family. I'm not saying that's not going on.
My children.
No, yes, I'm not saying that's not going on.
Yeah.
I know that's going on. I sit at the table with my kids.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't despiting that. I'm saying, like, when you invite everybody in the family over, when we have a family get together now, like a barbecue to anything, or not even barbecue, Thanksgiving. We have a big family gathering for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Back then, we used to sit at the table. Everybody would sit at the table. You had uncle at the table. You had cousin. Everybody would be at the table. It'd be family. It'd be Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They don't do that no more. Now, when you go to Thanksgiving family gatherings, everybody is off doing everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like a party. It's like a party setting more than a family setting.
Okay.
Nobody's. Half of the family is not getting along.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Yeah, it's a lot of that going on. It's like, I feel like Big Mama is missing. Big Mama is missing because if they had Big Mama in the home, Big Mama cut out all
Cut
that.
it all out. You
get it
I
in
agree
here.
with that.
You get in here. Y'all sit down at this table. We finna solve this.
Okay,
I know that's how my granny was.
No, yeah, right. You're right.
And shout out to Miss Betty.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Mother.
Absolutely.
R.P. Mother. You know what I'm saying? They was some strong grandmas.
Yeah.
And they still, my grandma Betty, she's still a strong grandma. My grandma Mother, she ain't here no more. R.P. her. But yeah, they used to settle that quick. Yeah. Like my mama would get into it with her sister, and my grandma would get them together, sit them down. We finna settle this. What's going on? You let them talk, and it be over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have
agree.
that no more.
I hear you, and I agree with that.
Yeah,
you know,
we don't have it. That's all I'm saying.
It's not as current now as it may have been back then. Totally agree. But I just don't want us to take away from those who still have.
That's why I said. That's why I said it's people out there that still stick to the tradition, but I just feel like Big Mama. I'm talking about Big Mama, Granny. Yeah. That person that held the family together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When she was here.
But now it may be through little sisters.
Yeah, but they not listening to them. We not listening to the little sister.
You don't think that
we think she don't know what she talking about.
You don't think little sisters hold the family together?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think nobody's listening to the little sister. She's a child.
Okay.
Stay in the kid's place. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think she has the capability?
Yes, she do. Okay. But how grown-ups gonna look at her? Okay. Stay in the child's place.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But she's an adult. She's an adult grown woman.
Yeah, she is. But us as grown-ups, we still gonna look at her as a child. I know my little nieces and nephews still look at them as kids. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna listen to what they say, but at the back of my mind, you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I think so. You know, I know that for me, from my own personal experience, I can't speak for everybody else. Mm-hmm. When I fell and had a breakdown, my lifeline was my little sister. You know, and she held me up. She held the family up. She still holds the family up, and she's a champion.
But is they gonna go to your little sister for help and advice?
Yes.
Is she gonna be the person they run to when they need help and advice?
She is the person that people run to.
She's a strong lady. Then. She's a strong lady. Then shouts out to her. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Yeah. Notice. When Big Mama died, family fell apart.
Yeah, I hear you though. I don't want to take away from what you're saying because it's important and it holds value because it is true. I remember, like, for example, the Granny Pals, the Arlie Suttons, the
they all sit at the table with each other and
the Willie, you know what I'm
saying? You know them church women, how the church head on, you know.
Yeah, I know. I got
quoting the Bible to you all day.
Yeah, I hear you.
I done been around them type of, you know what I'm saying, older women.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I don't think that's in the home, and I think that's what's going on with black families.
I hear you.
We don't have Big Mama in the home no more. We don't have that person to hold the family together. I feel like when Big Mama died, the family fell apart. I know my family did. When Big Mama died, the family fell apart. Everybody stopped talking to each other. Everybody into each other. It was chaos.
I hear you.
And I feel like if Big Mama was there, she would have held the family together. She would have been like, y'all cut all that out.
Yeah, I understand that.
Even Papa.
Yeah.
We don't even talk about Papa. Notice we don't even bring up Granddaddy like that. We always bring up Grandma.
Yeah.
I love my grandma. We don't never say I love my grandpa.
She's the one. Yeah.
Why don't we say we love our grandpa? What's up with grandpa?
I just think it's just
like
love, you said, the mother's love. It never gets old. It never folds. It's always there.
I ain't gonna lie, I love my mama. I love my daddy too, but I love my mama.
Yeah, you love. Yeah, we love daddy. Don't get me wrong, I'm a daddy's girl, but
I love mama though.
Ain't nothing like mama.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like that mother love. I want to get into the NWACP. I want to get into that, and I want to ask you, how did you get started with the NWACP? What was your journey, freedom fighting?
Okay.
As I'm gonna call it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for asking. I'll be completely honest. I'm not from Springfield, you know. So like I said, I was born in Los Angeles, California. I moved to Chicago when I was 11. So at that time, you know, oh my God, this is a different world. People were mean. People were fighting.
So it wasn't the same like LA?
No, not in my world. It wasn't.
Say you come from LA. That's Bloods and Crips.
Well, no, it was. Don't get me wrong. I seen all of that, and I had that, you know, in my family and stuff, you know. But as a child, me personally, I didn't have those issues.
Okay.
But you know,
weren't involved in all that.
You know,
I get
you've been through some things though. You know,
but you wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You weren't functioning and wearing red rags and blue rags.
Yeah. Well, none of that.
Okay. All right. Let me find out you was gay, baby.
No. Yeah. I was a little tough. I thought I was, you know, at one point. But anyway, you know, I moved to Chicago at 11. You know, my great grandmother Arlie had passed, and you know, at that moment, I went to go. Thank you. She was a wonderful woman. I went to go live with my mother. Okay. Now, just a short background on Arlie Sutton. You know, her, you know, growing up as a child, she always shared with me how her most favorite moments in life was that she marched with Dr. King. Oh, wow. And she had a photograph of that march on a frame on the wall. She had her little rocking chair, but she had that photograph on the wall.
That's some history.
So
man.
I just remember anytime I think of her, that's what I go to. That moment. You know, she smoked her cigarette. She had her chair, her white chair. Then she had the photo of her.
Was she like a freedom fighter too? Like,
yeah.
She
was all about that. Okay. She was all about using her voice. She was about speaking up.
Okay.
She did not believe in being silenced. She didn't believe in you know, just she was around that in the whole racism, you know, stuff. She was born in 1913, so she was in that era. She was definitely in it, you know, and she had some serious stories, you know. So growing up with her, you know, she would tell me a lot of stories, and so I just always remembered that, and I always remember just the one thing she said. Well, the two things she said. One thing, she said that she hope and pray every night. She prays to God and says that she would live long enough to see me turn 18. But she didn't. She died of cancer when I was 11. And at that time I moved with my mom. But she also said, in this life, make sure that you always treat people how you want to be treated. If she told me that 5 times a day, if I didn't learn anything from her, I learned that from her. It's to treat people how you want to be treated. So I want to be treated kind. I want to be treated nice and good. So that's just what, you know, I did. So, you know, growing up, you know, leaving LA, moving to Chicago, it was rough. You know, I think the first night or the second day we got there, it was like a mob fight.
Where was y'all staying at in Chicago? Was y'all on the south side, west side, east side, north side?
We were with an aunt. We were with our aunt, and it was in a suburb, I think, Robbins, Illinois. And
I ain't never heard of that one. Okay.
Or Riverdale, Illinois.
Riverdale.
Yeah. And so as soon as we got there, it was a fight, and these girls jumped my sister and took her gym shoes. You know.
Did you help?
You know, so it was like.
Did you help?
I was there.
Yeah,
I was there. Yeah, I did help. I did help, of course.
I know you ain't let your sister get jumped, man.
No, I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And they tried to take her shoes. You know, it was like that was the first thing. So it was a rough moment, and so I'm like, okay, we're not used to this. And so, you know, going to the city, south side, you know, it just kind of went from there. We got life experience. There was a lot of great moments. Chicago's a beautiful city.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful city. So much to offer. You know, so many beautiful people, organizations, you know, there, churches.
Just need to be cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city. I love Chicago's home for me. So that's where I grew up. That's how I learned how to navigate through life. That's how I learned how to be tough. You know, how to
I always tell people I get all my charisma from Chicago.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Chicago.
I keep that essence about myself, that Chicago essence.
They say Chicago's the windy city. or whatever, and they say Missouri's the show me state. Chicago, Illinois should be the show me
Show
state.
me state, because it's definitely a show you.
Yeah, it's definitely
There's steak and onion to show you.
Show you some things. So I learned some things from Chicago, and that's where I grew up in, and so I was introduced on a personal level to domestic violence, at an early age, very early age. Yeah, teenager, as a teenager.
Now, if you don't want to get into that, we don't got to get into it.
No, it's okay. I'm healed from that situation, so it's really okay. And thank you for saying that. Okay. But I was a teenager, probably like 13, going through a domestic situation because I was in a relationship. You know how it is. You think, you're dating somebody at school or whatever.
Right. High school sweetheart.
Yeah. And he turned abusive. Yeah, it was like every level of abuse you can think of: financial, verbal, physical, mental, emotional. So it was going on at that age.
Damn, that was a young age. How old was he?
16. So I was 13.
He was beating on you like that. I mean, as a 16-year-old.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was really bad.
He has problems growing up.
Yeah, he did. He did, and I forgive him for me, so I can allow myself to move on.
A lot of times that's how that start with males when they beat on women. That's because I think a lot of them, they grew up seeing their mothers getting beat on by their fathers.
He did.
And some of them been abused in a household too. You know what I'm saying? By their fathers or their mothers or uncles or a lot of people that's abusive like that as far as men. They grew up being abused. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think they grew up, it starts at home. Yeah. And they kind of adapts that energy, and they feel like that's love. That's how they show they love. That's
because of what you see, and not saying that's everybody's case, because that's not everybody's case.
Right.
But in this case, that was his case. See? And it was also my case because I grew up seeing it as a child, through my family, through the women in my family who were abused. So then when I was a teenager and it happening to me, I'm seeing that, oh man, you fight with your boyfriend and you get back together because he doesn't mean it.
Yeah, because he doesn't mean it. That's what we grow up looking at. Like, we'll see mama and daddy fight and they be right back together. You know what I'm saying? The next hour, it'll be like nothing ever happened. So we grow up and adapted that energy about ourselves, and we think that's how you show love.
And so as a teenager,
and fighting each other,
it becomes a normality, and so we normalize that toxic behavior. And so
that's the word I was looking for.
So I saw that, and I'm like, man, this doesn't feel good. But what else am I gonna do? Because he would say things like, nobody's gonna want you, nobody's gonna love you.
Why do they all say that? It seems like every man that's the abusive, that's the thing they use, the line they use. Nobody's gonna want you. Who's gonna want you?
And the victim internalizes that, and then will believe that. So I'm a young girl. I have low self-esteem, so I'm believing it. You know what I mean? Damn. So I'm enduring it because I seen it happen time after time. So I stayed in that. But fast forward, that's a part of my story, my history in the past. Okay. But that Chicago is where I got my life experience. And I became a mom pregnant at 15. Okay. Had my first daughter by that man.
15?
16. Yeah, I gave birth at 16, and I was in high school, and a straight A student.
Did you have to drop out?
No. What happened was my mother put me in an alternative high school. So I was in regular high school, but when she found that I was pregnant, she put me in alternative high school, which worked out because I got to graduate a year early.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If she could do it, everybody could do it, man.
I got to graduate a year early, and
for example.
Yeah, and so I took that, and I just said, I don't know what I'm doing with this child. I have no experience, but I want her to be different. I want her to be better than me. I don't want her to experience the same things I did. So I lived my life a little different later, because of growing up with her as a teenager. I'm still making mistakes. So by the time I was 19, I was a mother of 3. Yeah, mother.
It go like that though.
Yeah, I was
like that.
Yeah, mother of 3 at 19. Then I immediately went to college, and it was hard working, going to college, being a mom. All of that. Catching the bus every day, to daycare, to college, to work. Monday through Friday.
I respect it, though. Yeah. I respect it, man. And that's what make me not. I don't have no sympathy for people that complain. Like the young people that complain today and say they can't do this and can't do this because people like you know what I'm saying? People like you that you was pregnant and still was going to school and still got your diploma. Still was doing your thing, didn't let it stop you. Yeah. It probably slowed you up a little bit, but
definitely.
It didn't stop you.
It definitely slowed me up a little bit.
You didn't just give up and be like, I can't do nothing no more. I'm just a mother with a child now.
I couldn't give up. I couldn't give up. 19 as a parent with 3 children with 3 daughters. I said no. I gotta figure something out.
You got a college degree and everything.
Gotta keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. So it was tough, and so grew up in that, and then so as I moved on and had my 4th child, which I finally had a boy at that time. I was heavy in real estate. That's my background. Okay. Real estate. So heavy in that. Had my own successful business. Had a house. Had 2 cars.
I was, big balling.
Yeah,
big balling.
Making good money, but my relationship was unhealthy. So that affected my mental. It affected my emotional, my heart, and I said, and it just affected everything I was doing. And so it was like, man, I can't survive or thrive in this. And so my mom said, I'm gonna get you out of Chicago. I said, no, Chicago's my city. This is how I get my money. This is how I operate. I didn't know anything else, but she got me a one-way ticket through the megabus, and it got me and all my children. So she spent $5 and got us all on the megabus to Joplin, Missouri.
Oh, okay. So you went from Joplin, Missouri to Springfield.
Yeah, because when I got to Joplin, the tornado happened. As soon as we got to Joplin, Missouri.
I remember that tornado.
Yeah, we were in the tornado.
I remember that. I think I was locked up doing that. I was locked. I was locked up doing that tornado. I remember seeing it on the news though.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you out.
Yeah, I'm glad about too. You know what I'm saying? Free me.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had the tornado, and so I'm like, oh my God, where am I gonna go? Internet, and I found Springfield, Missouri. Yeah, been here ever since. And once I kind of woke up out of my depression from all the stuff, I started activism with domestic violence. Trying to rescue women, and everywhere I went, to doctor's appointments, school visits, neighbors, next door neighbors, everybody was surviving or in a domestic abuse relationship. And so I just said, dang, I need to do something. Yeah, I need to do something. Yeah, and so I just said I need to start being a voice for those people because I understand it. I
always tell people, man, their higher power, whatever it is. Yeah. It always send you a message.
It does. And the loudest message was my best friend, my aunt. My best friend's mom, who's like an aunt to me, she was murdered in Christmas in Chicago. I was going to visit. She was murdered by an abuser. She was in her 60s, and she was living in silence in an abusive relationship. And my best friend said, hey, I'm not hearing from my mom. Can you go check on her? I knock on the door, no answer. She said, let's call the police for a well check. The next day they come to do a well check. They bust the door down the other side. She lays there dead. So to see that was devastating. Not knowing that.
Did they catch the person? Did they catch him?
They caught him, but they let him go because they didn't have enough evidence to stick it. So
that's crazy.
To know that domestic violence can be physical, mental, verbal, all of the things, but to know that death can also be a result, it changed my life. And so that's how I got started in activism, doing all the work. The NAACP seen and recognized me, came to me, took me to lunch, and said, we want you on the team, on the committee. And I started as a committee member. And then I became vice president. And then now I'm the president, second term. And that's how I got involved. And I won an award through the NAACP for my work in 2019. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man, you done had a journey.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
You had a journey, man. We gonna stay on that, man. Stay there. Hey, y'all, I gotta come back, man. I gotta go pay some bills real quick, man. I know y'all hate this part of the podcast, man. I hate it too, man. But I gotta go take care of some bills real quick, man. We'll be back in a minute, man.
Most definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
tribulations, 10 years for the cases. Mama praying while I'm locked in hell, fighting against Satan. The walls closing in on me, ain't no letters from my homie. Plus my girl down bad, she can't send no money. I'm stressed out, my shorty starting to act out. Daddy ain't in the house, I'm on 22 lockdown. Wanna scream, wanna shout, praying that I make it out, hoping they don't take me out. Lost so many years, shed so many tears. Hated by my peers, being stabbed what I fear. God take the wheel, they judging me like Uncle Phil. They denied my appeal, suicide what I feel. It got real. Trapped behind these walls, sleeping by them stalls. Friends I was close with, didn't answer phone calls. The same ones I gave my all. Lord, please set me free. Lord, please set me free. Submit to you, Lord, you got my full serenity. Submit to you, Lord, you got my full serenity. Lord, please set me free. Lord, please set me free. Submit to you, Lord, you got my full serenity. Submit to you, Lord, you got my full serenity.
We back, man. I know y'all miss me, man. But I'm back, man. I had to go pay some bills, man. But I'm back with, I'm back. But what was we talking about before we left, man? I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, we were talking about so many things.
Yeah, we was. That's why I don't even know what we were talking about.
The last thing was talking about domestic violence and how real it is and how there are so many forms of it and how death is also a result of it as well.
It is.
And that's what changed my life. And seeing that scene really affected my mental, like long term. Still today, I can think about it as I talk about it. Go back immediately to what it was, and he murdered her. She was living in silence, and she was in her 60s, and he got away with it. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna spend the rest of my life telling her story because it's gonna inspire so many other people. But along that journey, you find that so many other stories are end like that, in death. And just people getting out of the situation, people staying in the situation. So it just led me to start a movement. And so I started a movement called Stand Up Speak Out Against Domestic Violence, where we march. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Purple is the color for domestic violence awareness. And so every October I lead a march where we talk about the awareness, we share the stories, but we march in honor of those victims who are still in the abusive relationship, who are not able to get out.
Go to that.
We march in honor of those who have gotten out and celebrate them, and we also march in honor of those who did not get out because they died by the
next
fall.
Time y'all do that, man, send me
every October.
I want to go. Okay,
every October.
I want to attend that.
And there are local stories here, right in Springfield, Missouri, of women who have
all
died
around the world.
All around the world, man.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I want to get into your auditor. You running for auditor?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I ain't mean to say it.
No. It was no disrespect. Yeah, because it was my auditor.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I want to get into that. How was your journey with that, and why you think you didn't get picked for that?
Well.
Your honest opinion.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get picked by the votes. By the result of the votes. So
why you think so? Why you think?
That's why it's important to vote. See, yeah, that's why it's important to vote.
Why you think?
But however,
they didn't. Yeah.
The person who had, I was a first timer.
Okay.
So people who were like, oh, who's that on the ballot? Who's Kai Sutton? I was not a familiar name.
Did you have a campaign behind you?
I'm new. I did not have a campaign behind me. I had people who supported me.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But
yeah, I was seeing your signs.
Yeah, I didn't
everywhere.
have a full, campaign. I didn't have a big budget or anything like that. I didn't have a campaign. I didn't even have a campaign manager. I was my own campaign manager.
You was running. You had the support you had.
I was pregnant at the time with my daughter, and so I was running for office pregnant, and then I went into preterm labor, and I was.
You be doing a lot pregnant, man.
I was in the hospital.
She be doing a lot. You be doing a lot pregnant, like both times.
We gotta get the job done.
I respect it.
I was pregnant, and I went into preterm labor, early labor at like 7 months, and I had my daughter early. She was 2 months early, but I was campaigning from my hospital bed. I'm sending out emails and all that from my hospital, and I had people who supported me who came up and had the Kai Sutton T-shirt.
Yeah, because I seen your signs.
Yeah, so it was a good experience. I think that I ran for office because I wanted to be an example for people who look like me. I wanted to be an example for little girls and boys to say, if she can do it, I can do it. I wanted people to know that no matter who you are, what educational background you have, what financial status you are, what religion you belong to, whatever status you fit, you are capable. You are qualified. So I ran for office for that, to be an example. You know what I'm saying? And also to be an example for myself, telling myself that I can do it. But the person I was running against, she was already in the position. She had been in the position for many years. She was the GOAT in that area. So
if you don't mind me asking, what is an auditor? Can you break that down? Because I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Well, an auditor is someone who will come in and look over things. And so they may audit your books, for example, and say, okay, well, what's this? Last year it was looking like this. This year it's looking like that. What's going on? What's the difference? Looking at the data, comparing it, and making sure things are what they are supposed to be, and then make a report, to your said job, to your said board, to your community,
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, things like that. So it was real big. So, I knew. I mean, I can't say I knew I wasn't qualified. I won't say that, but it was new territory for me.
Right. Never say you ain't qualified.
It was definitely new territory for me. So what I don't do is run from a challenge. What I don't care.
Yeah, you always got to stand up. You
believe in myself enough to go for something, even if it's new to me. So that was totally new. I lost the election, but I didn't lose by that much. So just by me being, but I think it may have been like a few thousand.
Okay.
It wasn't like a huge, like 20,
How that made you feel?
It was a good experience because I had a lot of people who supported me.
Was you sad though?
At the watch party, I wasn't. No, I really wasn't sad. I was like, okay, I accepted it. I knew it was my first time running for public office. I knew what it was. I knew what I was up against.
Are you going to run again? I'm about to say you got to run again.
I don't know.
You got to run again.
I won't say I would never run again, but I just don't see it for me right now.
You got to run again because now
in this season of life, I don't think right now I would.
Now,
not saying never.
Listen.
But right now, not right now.
That's cool when you get your mind together.
Yeah.
Run again because now you got the tools to know.
Yeah.
Where you went wrong
now I got some tools. I got some experience.
Now you got some experience. Now you know what I'm saying.
And
you now. You know what I'm saying.
And what I'm up for now is I'm up for recruiting the next generation to run and letting them know why they should run.
And I want to get to that.
The only way we're going to change power is to be the power.
Right.
That we need to see.
And the power is the youth.
Yeah, and the next generation of today, I'm not going to say the generation of tomorrow. The generation of today are the ones who are qualified to run, who are qualified, because this new generation, they're speaking up.
They are.
They're showing up.
And they ain't taking it
They're
no
speaking
more.
up. They're not taking anything.
Right.
Everything's out there in your face. So social media. And they're standing up for what they believe in. They are the change. Mahatma Gandhi, he said, be the change you want to see in the world. So I kind of really, I'm going to say, I live by that quote. I love it, So be the change you want to see. So I only want to be what I wished I had as a young person. You know what I'm saying?
So how can a youth get involved with the NWACP? Like, how can we bridge that gap between the older generation and the younger generation? Because I feel like it's a divide a little bit, especially with our community. I feel like the older generation is kind of divide with the young generation. I think they don't respect each other.
Yeah.
The younger generation don't respect the older generation. We did.
Yeah.
But I feel like, like you say, today's, you know what I'm saying, generation, I don't think they respect the older generation no more. And I don't think the older generation really respect them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a divide. So how can we fix that divide between the elders and the youth?
I will say one word. I just think it is, it's communication.
Okay.
It's demonstration. You know what I'm saying? And it's understanding, which is basically listening. You have to listen. Don't listen to respond. A lot of us listen to just clap back to prove their point, to say whatever they believe in, but they're not listening to understand. So I believe on the two sides, when you say older generation, new generation, we have to actively listen. It takes some active listening skills.
Yeah, because one side I feel like we know more than y'all, and this side I feel like y'all don't know more than us, and it seems like it comes down to a big debate.
Yeah,
like,
so
we did this in our generation. Y'all doing it wrong. Well, we doing this in our generation. We don't care about y'all generation.
We don't listen to prove a point. Don't listen to prove a point.
Yeah.
Don't listen to even like stand on your perspective. It's about listening to understand, to hear the other person.
Yep.
You know, like at the panel, you were probably not. You know, your perspective was probably not most favored because it was so different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Different always gonna be not favored.
But just because it's different don't mean that you can't understand and hear what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was the difference. And so that's why I appreciate you being on the panel, because you really broke some stuff down. Like literally to this day, like today, people are still calling my phone saying, "What's that guy's name again? What's that guy's name?" Yeah, like who was that guy? And I'm like, yeah, you know, because you had a totally different perspective, because you're considered the younger generation.
And I don't know why I'm 32, y'all.
No,
I'm not young, y'all. I hate when y'all consider me the new generation, man. I'm 32.
Young. I'm older than you, and
I was born in 90.
In the semi-younger generation.
I was born in 90.
Yeah.
I was born in the good times.
You fit the younger generation, so you had some people who were seasoned.
What makes me fit the younger generation?
Because you're young. You're 32, and then
that's old.
Then to you, and then but your perspective, and then like I don't know, demographics, or just like what the era you're coming up in. It's different from how some people were, have experienced life, and things like that. Like you said, you're voting, why you didn't vote, or all of that. So people differed with you, but when the beautiful thing about that, we had a bunch of active listeners in that room who heard you, and who didn't really hold you to your opinion, but they heard what you said, offered a solution, and welcomed you in to grow into whatever perspective you wanted to go into from that.
After a while, they started accepting what I was saying. They started clapping with, you know what I'm saying? They started clapping, and after a while, it was like, okay, we understand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I respect it.
And so when you ask,
I understood them.
What's the difference? You are the difference. Your generation is the difference, because you represent a community of people who are unheard. You represent a community of people who are out in the community, who are just going through life and figuring things out. Right. But who's listening? Who's listening?
Nobody.
Who's listening? And so you represent a community of people who feel like nobody's listening.
I straight feel like that.
So I gotta go. You probably feel like I gotta go through it the way I gotta go through it, the way I know how to go through it. But if somebody will listen to me and hear my heart, because I'm only saying what's on my heart.
You know how I go through it?
Yeah.
Doing this.
Yeah, and so when people can hear you, and when we listen to one another to understand, that's how you create the answer to your question. To listen, to understand, to know that we all have value, we all have a voice, we all have a purpose, we all matter, we all deserve a seat at the table, we all are capable to win, we all are capable to embrace our talents.
Because if everybody put their brains together, man, we got the master plan.
You got the master plan. So that's what it takes. It takes communication, demonstration, leadership, peace, and understanding. That's what it is, and we gotta take action. We can't just say stuff. We gotta show. So I just think it's a lot of that. It's gonna take the older generation to continue to merge with the younger generation, because I'm not gonna say it's not happening, because it is happening. We got organizations like SOB. We got organizations like Project You Belong. MSU. We got all these organizations in the community who are doing things, who care. NAACP Youth, you say, how can they get involved? Well, NAACP Youth have meetings every second Saturday of the month.
And see, I don't be knowing nothing about that. So,
yeah.
Me being who I am, I don't know about that. Imagine whoever, all the other people that don't know about it. So that's why I'm saying, like,
get your youth involved with the NAACP. They meet every second Saturday of the month at the location Sanctuary of Praise Church on South Holland.
How do they sign up?
From 3 to 5. If you come to the meeting, you can sign up. If you come to 3 or more meetings, we pay for the membership fee. So the parent does not have to pay for the membership if the child is going to come to at least 3 meetings. We cover it, so there's no fee. These children are going to Washington, D.C. next month. They're going to Washington, D.C. next month.
And what they going up there for?
They're going to spring break. They're going to go tour the city, go to different monuments and HBCU colleges, and different things that are important to show leadership skills, to expose them to things that they may have not seen.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Different things like that. So we're doing that. Mm-hmm. We have 2 youth NAACP scholarships that are out right now. We're giving away scholarship money. I'll send you the link to that. You can disperse that and spread that out to people in your community and everything. Gotcha. So it's a lot of opportunities, and so we have Juneteenth coming up. We got a lot of stuff going on at the NAACP. Yeah, so we have Juneteenth this year is going to be exciting. It's going to be a full weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. Friday it's going to be at the Art Museum. Okay. Saturday is going to be at the Expo Center. Okay. That's where it's going to be the whole show. We're going to have local artists performing. And then...
Now, with that... okay, with that, I want to speak on that.
Okay.
The last year one.
Well, what last year? NAACP last year? Because...
there
were several different...
It was separate.
Yeah.
Now, but I'm going to say this. If y'all have artists performing, please don't have no artists up there that's talking about shoot them up.
Oh, no. First of all, that's we don't even have to talk about that, because that's not gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Because it happened at one of the ones I went to. I don't want to say who it was, but
the NAACP events will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this year, June.
It was such a embarrassment.
We know. It's under control.
Yeah. Please, man, because I was so embarrassed.
I can't take away. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna bring it. I ain't gonna go all into it, but that happened.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But we embrace local artists, and then
we embrace local artists. But if y'all gonna show up and perform at something like this, man, bring something that's suitable for that type of environment. You know what I'm saying? You can't. We can't do that, man. That's embarrassing.
We embrace local entertainment.
Yeah, we embrace all the local. Just if you're coming to an event like that, bring something that's suitable for that event.
We are welcoming local artists to perform, but we just
Yeah. Just try to be respectful about it, man. You know what I'm saying?
We have a department who's handling that.
Okay.
So that's that.
Okay.
But it's going to be a good weekend. We're going to have some fun-filled stuff going on. It's going to be at the Expo Center in indoors.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about the heat. We're going to be indoors this year. We're going to have
Air
the
conditioning, y'all.
food trucks
Food
outside.
truck. It's
We're
gonna be a ball.
we're going to have bounce houses for the kids indoors. It's going to be, and then it's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But we also
Okay.
have, which last year was our first time doing, the Black Excellence portion of the event, where we honor local Black people in the community who are doing wonderful things. We
That's what's
celebrate
up.
them. So we're going to do that again this year. So we're just really excited about it. And so, you know, it's all about building community. And everybody's different. Everybody talks about, you know, different things, sings about different things, raps about different things.
Yeah.
But, you know, we just all find our way in the community to coexist the best we can. And so we deal with issues. We just do the best we can. You know, it's not easy fighting for social justice.
It's
You
not.
know,
It's a long journey.
it's not easy because, you know, you can't win everything, and you can't make everybody happy, and then a lot of the things that you fight for, they're hard things. They're hard things, and it takes time. And but we have an excellent, strong chapter. We have some new board members.
Okay.
So
Respect.
we're really proud of what we're doing, and we're really proud of what's to come. So
Shout out to the NAACP.
yeah,
King K.
yes.
Okay. I want to get into black on black crime. And the reason why I want to get into black on black crime, because it seems like when it comes to black on black crime, us as the black community, I'm gonna say us as a whole, we sweeps that under the rug. We don't really touch on that. You don't really see people marching over that. You don't really see people, you know what I'm saying, complaining over it, like if they're complaining if, you know what I'm saying, some racist stuff happen.
Okay.
And I always wanted to know why us as a community, us as a whole, me too. Why don't we touch on black crime? Why don't we have a cry out about that?
Yeah.
Look what's going on in Chicago
Yeah. You know, so I will say
and
this.
other cities around America.
Yeah, I would say,
What's your opinion?
yeah, my perspective, you know, on that is black on black crime is a real thing. It's a real deal. It's a big deal. And it's not anything that should ever be minimized or overlooked, because it is affecting our community. It's affecting the black community. You know, so you got to, when you say people don't talk about it or march about it, the NAACP, for example, is a civil rights organization, social justice. They're focusing on.
But do that ever come up?
Their era of their mission, you know,
Yeah.
and their vision. It always comes up, you know, especially with the whole Black Lives Matter movement. A lot of people say, well, Black Lives Matter, black lives should matter to black people. A lot of people, you know, a lot of
I
people
heard that before.
who say that, and I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
You know, I think what it is when you say, quote unquote, the black on black crime, I think, why does it happen?
Yeah,
I think it happens because there's a lot of misunderstanding. There's a lot of miscommunication. There's a lot of things that should be de-escalated. There's no de-escalation control.
You know what I think it
there's
is?
no, what's that?
Poverty.
That's what I was about to say next. Poverty is the number one thing. I think because when you look at it, it's like, you know, when you, let's just take Chicago, because you know we're both from Chicago, so
Let's talk.
so we know why the stuff happens. It happens because of money. People want money, and then there's ego, and you know there's greed. So
I always say Chicago. See, Chicago always been dangerous. It's a beautiful city, but it always been dangerous. I say the reason why people see what Chicago is now because the cameras everywhere,
yeah,
the internet. But Chicago been like, when I was growing up in Chicago, Chicago's was dangerous. It wasn't dangerous as it is now, but it was dangerous. I done seen some stuff in Chicago. What I think was going on in Chicago is the people that's running Chicago, as far as the government, not the government, but the mayor. You know what I'm saying? All these politicians that's running Chicago, I think they corrupted.
It's the leadership.
That's the word I'm looking for. Leadership.
Leadership.
I think it's corrupted.
Leadership has to.
When Mayor Davis was mayor, that wasn't going on.
Yeah,
it wasn't going on.
Leadership has to be
right?
held accountable. You talking about Mayor Daley? Is that what you're talking about?
Daily, yeah,
Mayor Daley.
Chicago.
Yeah, Mayor Daley.
Yeah.
So leadership has to be held accountable, and they have to also hold themselves accountable, and they also have to move in the direction that shows that they're trying to promote change and personal development and growth. You know what I mean? Because a lot of things are just as simple as that. It's, to me, in my opinion, it's really not as difficult as people make it. It shouldn't take decades and centuries to solve this. If you have a population of people who are misbehaving for whatever said reason, they're following somebody. Somebody is organizing them, controlling them, telling them which way to go. And also they're led to do their own thing based upon what they have seen and grown up in.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, on that part. But I don't think that's going on in Chicago. I don't think it's no leadership in Chicago. It's not nobody controlling nothing in Chicago.
It's definitely leadership. Because why do you think... Okay, why do you...
What you talking about as far as gangs or politics?
I'm talking about the street violence.
I don't think it's no leadership in Chicago. That's gone. You know that's...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Let me give you a history on Chicago real quick, man.
It's the leadership.
All right, let me give you a history.
If you talk about Chicago, people are... under this umbrella, they're under that umbrella.
That's not going on in Chicago no more. That's all I'm trying to tell you.
You're saying anymore. I'm talking about
originally, yeah.
Originally, it was this leadership, that leadership, and somebody was running
but now,
that, somebody's running that. So they dropped the ball or whatever. They went to this way. They went to prison, whatever happened.
Yeah.
So people are just doing their own things. If we can get the people who know why these people, children basically, are doing what they're doing and come talk to these brothers.
They locked up or dead.
If they can, there can be a change with them coming out to talk with them, for them to say, hey, let me show you something different.
Listen.
That's why we have all these organizations that exist, because we're trying to show people.
Listen, I understand. I understand fully what you're saying, sister. I understand, but what I'm saying to you is, that's not working no more. That ain't gonna work. Listen. I'm finna tell you. I'm finna break it down for you. Listen, what's going on in Chicago now? It ain't even about gangs no more. Cause you got gang members killing gang members. So what do you think it's neighborhoods now. It's different cliques. It's different. It's the music.
That's the same thing.
It's the if you gotta touch, you gotta touch everything. It's the music. It's the culture. It's all that.
It's the same thing.
I always tell people right now, if they was to let Larry Hoover out of prison right now,
that's not gonna happen.
Listen. If they was to do that, that wouldn't help Chicago.
No.
Them shorties out there, they not listening to no Larry Hoover. They mess around. They mess around and kill him, trying to get the rank.
We're missing love. We're missing love.
We're missing love. We missing love, and Chicago is leadership. Listen. Chicago is being controlled by evil. Chicago always been controlled by evil, man. It always, come on, man. This is the home of the massacre. You know what I'm saying? The Valentine massacre with what's his name, man? What's the old mob gangster dude?
I have no idea.
I forgot his name, man. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Chicago always been violent. All of what's going on, what's going on is a
beautiful city.
It is, but what's going on is they took the leadership. That's what made the gangs run wild.
We need leadership back.
It's not respected no more.
It can't.
That's not respected no more. Not by the shorties. It ain't. They not respecting no leadership. There's no leadership going on in Chicago.
That's the problem.
Yeah, it is the problem.
When you think there's no hope, that's the problem.
No. I'm not saying there's no hope. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying there's no hope. What I'm saying is, what's going on in Chicago is gonna take a little more than leadership. Straight up, I think it's just gonna take a little more. It's gonna take a little more work than leadership.
What?
I think they need to go clean up Chicago like they cleaned up L.A. when the whole Bloods and Crip thing was going on, and they locked a bunch of people up. I think some people in Chicago, some people gotta die, and some people gotta go to jail. It just gotta happen.
Well, that's your perspective.
It just gotta happen because I feel like, order for the world to be a better place, the trash gotta die off. The trash gotta go to jail. And I think a lot of times, man, people is acting off of poverty. They living in poverty.
About poverty.
Like I said at the meeting.
It's all about
when that
poverty.
young dude, and I'm not advocating for nobody to go to jail or die or none of that. I'm just saying some people need to be in jail and some people need to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna really say it, but y'all know what I mean. I'm just saying, in Chicago, man, I just think, man, the leadership is messed up, and I think the shorties is running wild, man. They don't have no parents no more. The parents not in the cribs no more.
Effective and authentic, genuine leadership is the solution. That means,
yes, but it's them shorties respecting that.
What that also is saying is that is love. That is education. But when
that young boy walk out there, when that young boy walk out his door in Chicago in the inner city, he's not.
He needs leadership.
Yes, he's not seeing leadership. He's not seeing love.
But that's what he's not
seeing that. He's seeing destruction.
But what I'm saying to you.
So how do we get that to him?
But what I am saying to you, that is a part of the solution. Is effective leadership.
So how do we get a leadership to him?
What's the understand what to do next?
Okay, so what's the leadership? How do we get it to him? What's the leadership?
It's gonna take a lot of what we're already doing. It's going to take more of that.
Like
it's
what?
Going to take consistent behavior in that, leading by example, providing jobs, economic justice.
So can I ask y'all this? Can I ask you this?
Economic justice.
So can I ask you this? Do you think y'all been doing a good job in leadership with the youth then?
Who's y'all? You're saying like,
far as just the NWACP and just
I think everything. Let me tell you, every single organization in the world can always improve. Everybody can only do what they've been doing, but they can only do better because there's always room for improvement.
That's right.
With the NAACP, do we always get it right? Nobody always gets it right.
Nobody gets it right.
Nobody always gets it right. But we do what we can. We do what we know how to do, and then that's with everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna include it like this, man. I'm gonna wrap it where I'm gonna wrap it up, man. I'm just skipping over my words today. I'm gonna wrap it up like this, man. I think the bridge between the elders and the youth, like you said, I think it need to come together as love, understanding, communication. Yeah. And everything will be right.
And leading by example, knowing that I'm responsible for you.
Yeah.
I'm responsible for you.
You are.
It's my duty to hold you accountable to do the right thing. Mm-hmm. If I see you doing something wrong, it is my duty to say, "Hey, Akeem, hey, this is my thought, bro. You should,
right.
You should go vote.
Right.
Hey, come with me April 4th.
I'm voting.
Let's go vote together, right? I'm gonna come pick you up, right?
Yeah. Come get me, man. I'm going to vote.
We're going to the
polls. Going to vote, y'all.
And we're gonna take a selfie like we here with our little voting sticker, right?
Yeah.
That's my duty. You understand what I'm saying?
I respect it.
So when we know that we can do better and we understand that, we do better.
So y'all hear what she say, man. Do better.
Do better.
Older generation. Start listening to the younger generation. Younger generation. Listen to the older generation.
Listen to understand.
And respect the older and listen to understand, like she said. Please, man.
Experiences of
I'm tired of y'all fighting, man. Yeah. I'm tired. Ain't no generation better than no generation. Everybody did they dirt in every generation. So it's like ain't nobody better than nobody, man. We all together, man. It's one love, man. For real, man. I just want to see my people do good, man. To be successful.
Humanity, humankind.
I'm tired of my people fighting, man.
We have one human experience. Yeah. Only just one human experience.
Ain't nobody better than nobody.
We gotta do our
best.
Respect
both
we
generations.
Gotta do our best. We gotta do our best. So
we'll get that.
Thank you for providing a platform that allows people to listen and understand and actively listen.
Appreciate it.
And we can agree to disagree. I don't agree with everything you say. You don't agree with everything I say, and the rest of the
Listen. Everybody ain't agree with you. I don't agree with everybody. It's just what happens, man.
Life.
As long as y'all have understanding.
Peace.
When you got understanding, peace and understanding, everything gonna go smooth, man.
God got us. God is the answer. God is the answer.
Man.
Love.
It is, man. All praise to the mighty high.
Really, God is the answer. It's love and it's leadership because God is leadership.
Yeah.
We lean on God for leadership and we lean on God for understanding.
Some people lean on the devil.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? That's another subject.
Okay.
But this been another episode of Big Brain, man. Make sure y'all go hit that like and subscribe button, man. Like I say, man, y'all been messing with me. Y'all been supporting it, man. Continue supporting. I'm going to continue bringing you this good content. You want to say anything before we get out of here?
Go vote. April 4th.
April 4th. Go vote. I'll be
The
there.
last day to register is March 8th.
Beat me there.
Call us if you need some help and know where to go.
Beat me there.
Vote. Go to your school board meetings. It's important. Come to your NAACP.
Go to your town hall meetings too.
Yes.
Start going to y'all town hall meetings, man.
Come to
Seeing
your
what's going on,
NAACP
man.
meetings. We're going to keep you plugged in.
Shout out to the
what's going
NAACP,
on.
man.
Yes.
Continue doing y'all good work, man.
Thank
I respect all the work y'all did and
Thank
all the
you.
ones that became before y'all.
Yeah.
I respect.
A
man.
lot of great, and it's leadership. I can only do this because I've
because
seen
you learn
great
from.
leadership.
Yeah, I get exactly what you were
That's
saying.
what it is.
I get what you were saying. I get what you were saying. Straight up, but like I say, man, this is another episode of Big Brain, man. Make sure y'all go tap in, man. Straight up. I'm King K.
Bye. I'm Kai Sutton.
Get up with y'all, man. I'm out.